I yield to no one, Sid, and Ender Phoenix.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Trophy Wars. This is episode 716. I'm your host, Chicky Mick. Alongside with me, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Alex.
And the man that's hooked on listening to synthwave versions of video game albums on YouTube. You know, you start off with Mega Man, and eventually you hit Banjo-Kazooie, Street Fighter 2, Turtles in Time, and then you're completely out of control, and you can't stop.
He brings the awesome, but he doesn't know how many degrees are in a circle. It's I yield to no one.
You know, I really like the soundtrack to Rocket Bird's Hard Boiled Edition.
Well, I'm sure it's out there to buy or to listen to if you wanna go find it, Yield.
It is. I have every so often. I pull it up on YouTube and jam out.
You could also look on Spotify if you have Spotify, because sometimes they put albums on there depending on the artist.
He is the man that likes to set things on fire. It's Matt.
Yeah, I've been hit with those same reels this week, Alex. I've been seeing this is how Mega Man 2 Wily's Castle sounded like when it was a kid, but this is what you remember it as, and it was like hard rock electronica. I'm hooked on that too. Yeah.
Balls to the wall. I'm glad we all have the same sickness. We're, as Disturb would say, we're down with the sickness.
Wow.
Close, not quite as good as Dave Draymond, but close, Tricky. I applaud the effort. I can't do better.
I can't even get close to how he does it. How about you, Matt?
That's why he's the lead singer. That's why he's the lead singer of Disturbed.
Matt, can you get close to it?
I can. You don't want me getting close to it right now.
Yield.
It's too much awesome.
Yield, I told you I was going to call you out on this.
That's fine.
How do you not know how many degrees are in a circle?
Because I was at work and I was just typing whatever popped into my head. And so I typed it and then went about my business. And then when Matt called it out, I was like, what? I'm like, oh, yeah, I did F that up. Oh, well, can't go back. Got to roll with it.
It reminds me of an old joke I saw back in the 360 days with the PS3. And there was one person who was like, do you know why they call it the Xbox 360? Because you turn 360 and walk away. And everybody in the comments was like, okay.
All right. For anybody that doesn't know, let me quickly explain this. I put in the chat, although it was the wrong chat at the time, 365. Yield responds, days of the year, degrees in a circle, which Matt replies, degrees in a circle. So, yeah. Yield made a faux pas in chat.
I did make a faux pas.
And it was instantly called out by Matt. I didn't even see it until later.
Like I said, can't hide from it. Just got to own it.
Yeah. So, anybody that doesn't know, 365 was signifying that I've passed the less than a year mark on the job. I have at the time I had 365 days until I could retire. I was celebrating. I was meant to send that to my work buddies that were in the same class as me, but I sent it in that chat, and that set off that firestorm. So, gentlemen, how the hell are you?
Well, I'm on vacation now, so it's pretty damn good for me.
Alex?
Well, it's been raining here a lot, and I wish I could cut my damn grass, but, you know, I'm one platinum richer, so I guess
You use your time wisely.
There's give and take to life.
Yes.
You know, sometimes life takes, and then sometimes it gives.
I got lucky. It dried out enough here Thursday for me to mow my yard before the next batch of rain rolled in.
I mean, it's been raining every day for the last 5 or so days, and last night we actually had plans with friends. We went and played D&D with some friends. We're doing Theater of the Mind, and we had plans to go hang out with some friends. But last night would have been the best night to cut the grass, and I was sitting there looking out the window thinking, are we gonna get home when it's still light out? We didn't, but we're not gonna cancel our plans so I can cut the grass. I'll just cut it when it's semi-wet and clean out the bottom of the mower.
You could just do what Matt does and just hit a button, let a machine do it.
No, Tricky, the problem isn't cutting the grass. The problem is cutting the grass when it's wet. It gets all clumpy. It gets all dirty and gets stuck to the bottom of your mower. It's just much easier and much better to cut grass when it's dry.
My machine gets out of its home, sees it's wet, and immediately runs home like the
Does
like
it?
it's the groundhog.
Does it really?
Yeah, no, actually, it has a rain sensor. It's not. You're not supposed to cut when the grass is wet.
No, I know that. I'm just laughing at the fact you said it finds out it's wet and runs it back home.
The robot goes, nope.
That sounds like a pit bull. They put a paw outside when it's time to go for a walk, and they're like, nope, I can hold it for another 24 hours.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Athena. She will not get on the grass if it's wet. She doesn't like. Well, she will, but she does it very begrudgingly.
What about Princess? Princess go out in the rain there, Matt?
Yeah, she doesn't mind it too much, and it's not Princess anymore.
I thought Princess was just the.
It's Pyra.
Thank you, Alex.
I thought it was Princess Pyra, like the full name.
It's Pyra.
Just
It's officially Pyra now.
So we're dropping the Princess. Okay. All right. Let's.
You can't have the dog's name be PP.
That's funny.
Dick jokes will always be funny. Let's do our updated trophy count. I am level 986, total trophies of 35,758 with 1,042 platinums. I think I got a new one since last week. I can't remember.
The count went up too, at least from the
Yeah, but normally I get 2 spam, but I think I only get 1 spam this week.
Oh, you got a legit one? Oh, that'll be interesting to hear what it was.
Yeah. Alex, your trophy count, sir.
Level 534, total trophy count of 11,306, and a platinum count of 210 and 209 games.
You went up 1. Yield?
Hold on here. My wife texted me. I had to answer the question. I am a level 545 with a trophy count of 11,965 and a platinum count of 230.
Matt?
First, I'm going to apologize to Alex this week because I know you're editing. I am trying to catch when Pyra's throwing her dog bone across the wooden floor. Hopefully, it isn't too much. I am level 224 with 1,392 trophies and 0 platinums.
And Sid is level 902, with total trophies of 28,167, 869 plats. Although I suspect that he's used a different name, so that number may stay there for quite a while unless I get his new name. Because I know he started playing Lego Batman. And
So, okay. I got a question for you, sir.
do you want to save it to what we're playing, or do you want to ask me now?
No, I'm going to dive right in.
Go ahead.
So why in our chat with Gareth, you are so concerned on how many points you earned this week? Are you trying to do something fishy?
No. I legit, because I know every trophy that I get in Lego Batman right now is going to decay. I know that for a fact.
Well, that any new game that's going to happen, yes.
So I was more worried about the trophies I got in the game that I platted to see how many points they gave, because Gareth broke down how many like ultra rares, the ultra rares, the very rares, the commons, how many points they get. I forgot like the point value. I think it's 1, 3, 5, and 10.
I believe you're right.
But I couldn't remember. So I was just curious because I did a soft count of how many points I should have, and I wanted to see if I matched up to see if I was right.
Ah, okay. Because it's not like you to point check all of a sudden, and I'm just like, are you trying to pull some
No, and
funky stuff?
No, and I'm also like jokingly, just for the record, I'm jokingly mad at Gareth because I got my 2 spam trophies, or my 2 spam plats, but it was literally like 5 minutes after he did the count. And I don't...
It didn't count this week. It would count next week.
Right. So for that week, I didn't get my bonus points. And then I already had the bonus points for next week, which was fine. But I was like, I don't know when Gareth does his update. So I don't know. And there's oftentimes during the week, I forget to do the spam. And then Saturday, I'm like, did I do it? Did I not do it? And then that particular day, I was like, 5 minutes
So
late.
general rule of thumb: just have all of the points that you want to count, have them done by Saturday. Anytime Sunday, a general is when he tallies them up.
Well, he said, I think he said he does it at noon. Now, I don't know if that's noon his time or noon our time.
So let's just say it's noon his time. So that's 6 a.m. our time.
7 a.m. He's 5 hours ahead.
Oh, he's only 5 hours ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Actually,
got till 7 a.m. East Coast.
Actually, I don't even know that because I don't think they changed with daylight savings time. So they actually.
Either way, he's 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah. Dex says 6 or 7 either. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
One
of those two.
Yeah. I tend to do them either like right after the show, or I do it Saturday night. But that particular week, like it happened like 2 or 3 times where I didn't get any bonus points, and I'm trying to go 52 weeks of getting the bonus points, and I failed.
Bonus points. I see
failed.
that's an easy 520 points.
Yes. So I failed. So with that being said, let's go into our Sophie's trophies. We do have one from Sid this week.
Hello again, my friends. It's Sid with your platinum shoutouts for this week. First up, guys, we have Dodge Williams with Vampire Survivors on the PS4. I've noticed a lot of people getting a platinum on this one, guys, so somebody could just put it in the Facebook group whether it's a fun platinum to go for. Not hard, not easy or anything, just how much fun it is. Because I do love the game. I've played it a lot on my phone, so I'm wondering if playing it again. I've got it on my Switch too as well. So yeah, I'm wondering if it's worthwhile to get the platinum. Next up we have Departed 570 with Dragon Age the Veilguard on the PS5. Then we have Big Bernardo B with Lego Jurassic World on the PS4. That was a good little Lego game, that one, guys. Shotty Sniper with 2. They have Lego The Hobbit on the PS4. Never actually finished that one, guys. And Far Cry Primal on the PS4. I've not actually finished that one either. Then we have Misa Goats a lot with Lego Marvel Avengers on the PS4. I played that one, didn't get too far into it. EDJ3DG with The Messenger on the PS4. If I'm right, that's a side-scrolling game. It looks quite good, actually. Gaz Davis 11 with Sandland on the PS5. That's a relatively new game, I think. Ifrit Hellfire 90 with Farmagia on the PS5. And last but not least, guys, is Redbeard Rick with Dead Age on the PS4 and Cards of the Dead on the PS4. So shout outs for this week, guys. You know what? I'm just going to say Vampire Survivors. And I will go for all of the Lego games because they do actually take a while to finish. So yeah, and I've just remembered what the Messenger is about. It's quite a hard little platinum, I think. Could be wrong, so I will give the Messenger a quick shout out as well. But that's it from me, guys. I'm actually on time this week. Shock horror. Hope you're all okay. Keep getting your trophies. Have fun. See you soon. Bye.
I don't think the Messenger is a hard. I think it's just very time consuming. Did any of us get the platinum in the Messenger?
I'm having trouble remembering what it is.
It's a puzzle game. First person puzzle game.
The Messenger?
I believe so.
No, The Messenger is a side-scrolling action adventure where the first half of the game is like an 8-bit style and the second half is a 16-bit. You play a ninja from a village and you have to literally deliver a message.
Then what am I thinking of?
I don't know. I was thinking the same thing, Trick. I thought it was like a puzzle-ish game, so.
I know I have a trophy in the game that I'm thinking of. I just don't know what it is. I don't know. Also, there will be a rarity update that Yield will be recording. Hopefully, yes. Gareth apparently didn't have time to send over today, so he said he's gonna probably do it either tonight, as of the recording, or tomorrow morning, as of the recording. And Yield, you have some extra work to do this week. So,
Man, I'm on vacation.
so you got plenty of time to do it.
Maybe I got gaming to do.
Speaking of gaming, let's talk about what we're playing. We'll start with you, Yield. What have you been playing, sir?
I've been playing some Everybody's Golf Hot Shots with Homer Get Stuffed, Nitro, and Prepare to Die or Scum.
And having Nitro troll me on Facebook.
Dude, that hole-in-one was epic, all right? For
Hey.
somebody who doesn't play a lot of Hot Shots, and he freaking nailed a hole-in-one in the pouring down rain, I would troll you too.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm not hating on Nitro, okay, when I ask this question. But was that not a lucky shot?
All hole-in-ones are luck.
I mean, there's some skill to the game, but it was clear that by watching that, he got lucky and just, good for him. I'm not hating on him, but that was a lucky shot. And I don't know why I got trolled with it.
Because we were all immediately because you talked so much smack when me and Homer and Nitro and you played.
Because I beat you all.
You didn't beat us. We thumped a mud hole in you.
Negative. I beat you all when you guys were all talking shit. And I was like, I could beat you guys. And I beat you guys. I beat you one time. The other times you guys had me.
I don't remember this one time. I still have screenshots from the times that we thumped a mud hole in you.
You're getting old.
I am old. Anyway, so we did that. Been playing got back into Roadcraft with Nitro and Prepare to Die or Scum, and working through that with them co-op wise. I am farther along in my solo gameplay, but we've been playing through that. As a matter of fact, those two are playing through another map right now as I record. Got back into Rocket Birds 2 Evolution, rolled credits on part 1. I now need to play through part 2 and then go basically clean up chapter specific trophies, blah, 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 yada, 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 and do stuff like that. And also been doing the Helldivers, working to get super credits for the June War Bond, whichever that may be. I don't know if it's going to be the Warhammer Legendary Bond, War Bond or not, but either way, I need to get my super credits up for that. Did finish out the Exosuit War Bond, so now I need another War Bond to spend my medals on. So other than that, not much this week. I did download a demo for this game called Elliot and the Millennial something or other. Comes out next month, the 16th of June. Prepare to Die or Scum told my brother, and therefore told me. If you remember, if you liked Chrono Trigger, it gave me a Chrono Trigger vibe, so I downloaded the demo and played that, kind of like an old Final Fantasy, SNES Final Fantasy. Not SNES, it would be NES. NES / Chrono Trigger vibe is what it gave me, and those were the JRPGs that I enjoyed and played. So I downloaded the demo. At some point, hopefully this week, I will dive into it and give it a whirl. See if I actually like it. It's been it for me this week. Kind of simple.
All right. Matt, what have you been playing, sir?
So more Slay the Spire 2. Didn't really make much progress in it, though, during the week. I actually started going back and playing. I started a new run of Tears of the Kingdom. Just going through the game on the Switch 2 with the upgraded visuals and the frame rate, so I'm enjoying it thus far. I'm just getting off the Sky Islands, so I've already twice now completed more than Tricky has on the game, because it's not that confusing, believe it or not. I also put some time, more time into Mouse PI. I finally got through the circus area and the depths. So, Alex, you might know where that puts me in the story. I got the little Millie her balloons. I want to smack that brat in the mouth. I actually ran into a bug with the game where something happened on the boss fight in the circus. You had to kill the boss, but I didn't have access to any weapons except my kick, which was very weird. So I ended up having to go back to an earlier save and reloading the fight a couple times to get it right. Let's see what else. I did start some Forza Horizon 6 using PC Game Pass. Again, we used my wife's account. We only pay for one in this house, and it's hers. And I can say confidently, it is a Forza Horizon game. It's set in Japan. It's very Japanese oriented. And I don't know much more to say about it. It looks good, plays well. It's Forza Horizon. Let's see. Did I put any time into any of my other games? Oh, yes. And today I spent a bunch of time playing more of Pragmata. I've gotten past like what would be considered the second stage, and I'm now heading off to the third. I upgraded my shelter area called the Cradle, and it now is expanding what I can upgrade and what I have access to. So I'm interested to see how the game more does that and gives me more options to upgrade things as I go along. So I'm enjoying it. Capcom just hitting it out of the park again with another game this year. That's all I've done this week.
All right, Alex.
Well, I did manage to pry myself away from Saros to play a little bit of Rocket League, but most of this week was dedicated to Saros, which I started playing it last Sunday and then got the Platinum Trophy yesterday. So about a week's time to get the Platinum. I think it's a 20 to 25 hour Platinum Trophy. For all the trophy hunters out there, since we are a trophy hunter show, or, a trophy horse show, an easier Platinum to get than Returnal. I think when it started out, Returnal was a very difficult Platinum, and I think over time they made it easier to get that one. But to start, this game is an easier game to Platinum than Returnal. So you can have some fun with the action and not worry about whether or not you can get all the trophies if, that was a concern of yours for Returnal. I want to generally leave a very positive impression of this game since I've beaten it now. So I'm going to start out with a little bit of positive, have some negative in the middle, and then just end with positive because, like I said, I want people to look positively on this game because overall my experience with it was very, very positive. As far as gameplay goes, I don't know how many other games do shooting gameplay better than this game. Camera is the same. I mean, the gameplay is just peak. It's phenomenal. You really don't find much better than this. Like just the quickness of it, the franticness of it, the crispness of the gunplay, and the camera is just top notch. If it's not the best game in that regards, it's certainly in the conversation. The one thing I will say about one of the negatives I will say is the alt fire functions to guns. So to use your power weapons, which are basically you use them like with your hand. It's not like a gunfire. It's like it's like a special weapon you have with your hands or your arms. Those you hold down L2 and to use, but the alt fire for the guns you hold L2 down halfway. It's one of those pressure sensitive things. So you have your regular fire, and then you hold L2 down halfway to do your alt fire for guns, and then you use L2 all the way to do your power weapons. And when you're in a fight against a bunch of enemies and you're scrambling around super fast, you're using your dash, your shield, all that kind of stuff, trying to figure out when you can parry. Trying to figure out halfway down to do an alt fire for me was not disorienting, just kind of a little bit difficult to do. So I didn't like the fact that they attached the alt fire to the halfway down L2 thing. Hey
Alex, real quick,
yeah.
Didn't they do that in one of the Ratchet and Clank games?
Possibly, I don't remember though.
I thought, and I appreciate what Sony does with that. It's giving us more options, but man, that's a very specific thing to hinge your alt fire on, especially in a game like you're playing that may require split-second decisions.
Yeah, I mean it's a bullet ballet game, so you're trying to dodge all these bullets, and you don't necessarily you like you said you gotta worry about your split-second reaction. So thinking about and having to think about where exactly the button is pressed, not necessarily the easiest thing to do in gunplay. The guns, there's good, there's bad. I mean, overall, they're like everyone's gonna find their own favorite gun to play with. For my personal play style, I like the rifles. I'm a a run and gun kind of guy. Like I like to stay away from all the enemies and just run and get hits in when I can. And a lot of the guns do have like an auto aim, so if you're anywhere near, and that's just a characteristic of the gun. That's not a setting you have to enable. So if your reticle's near any of the enemies, that'll hit them. But the rifle's just kind of my playstyle. It allowed me to stay far away. It allowed me to do a lot of damage very quickly. Whereas the shotguns, where of course the point of the shotguns, you got to get in close. It's close combat. It does a ton of damage, but with the spray of the bullets, it makes it more difficult to hit from far away. So for my playstyle, I just really preferred the rifles to the shotguns. I think the shotguns are probably my least favorite class to play with, simply because of just how close you had to get. Now you will naturally, because there's so many enemies on screen, they're coming from all sides, you may be close to enemies without even noticing it, but I just prefer the rifles. And really, the last couple things I'll hit on that are anyway negative. Gameplay is great. Story-wise, I'm not saying it's bad, but I thought the presentation and the actual story of Celine and Returnal was better. I preferred that. And for me personally, like the cutscenes look really good. The characters look really good in cutscene, but in the gameplay, like when you're talking to characters in the passage, I don't know, the characters have kind of an inhuman look to them. They do also have they have these weird locomotions where like they're kind of pacing back and forth, but it doesn't necessarily seem like it's intended to show nervousness. I don't know. Outside of cutscenes, sometimes when you're talking to a character, the characters just don't look that great, and that's kind of graphically the only thing that I could hit on that wasn't really all that spectacular. But like I said, I want to end on a positive note. One of the small things in this game they really hit on that for me is a nice touch is all the audio and text logs, which are the only real collectibles like that in this game, which by the way, you don't need those for a trophy. So there's, really, you don't have to get all the audio and video or text logs for a trophy. So that's nice. But they're blips on the map. They're icons on the map whenever you go into one of your cycles. So which means if you can reach them, because there are, as you go through the game, you get stronger and stronger, you get more and more abilities. So you will have to go back to previous areas, biomes, in order to unlock everything. Very much of a Metroidvania style in that regard. But audio and text logs, which help fill out the world, help fill out the narrative, they are marked on your map whenever you enter a biome, which is a very, very nice touch. And I thought when I started playing the game, the first boss, Prophet, is really cool, but towards the middle, we started dipping a little bit, and I was like, oh man, the boss quality, coming from the first game, Returnal, which had Hyperion and like Ixion and, a bunch of really good bosses, I was kind of like, is Returnal going to beat out Saros for boss fights? And then you get to Architect, which is the 5th boss fight. And from there, they turn it the fuck up because the bosses just get much better from that point on. The last 4 bosses are, the other bosses are fine, they're good, but the last 4 just really turn it up. Best boss fight in the game is Architect, which you will see him very early on in the game. Best level is the Cathedral, which I think is the 7th of 8 levels. So the second half of this game really turns it up, and it just kind of secures, the bosses just kind of secure their place. It's just awe-inspiring and just a lot of fun to play against. But overall, I love playing Saros. Narratively, I couldn't get into the story as much as I wanted to, but the gameplay is what's going to keep you coming back. In the loop of doing the cycles, dying and getting stronger, it's spectacular. So Housemarque, like I said, when it comes to Sony PlayStation Studios, no one does shooters better than Housemarque. And I know that Bungie's on staff and you've got all these other great studios, but to me, Housemarque's gameplay is just so crisp. It's what keeps coming you back. What'll keep you coming back. So, it was a really good game.
All right, and I've been playing Darksiders. I started the PlayStation 5 version of it. Do want to give an update that I was incorrect, and it does cost $10 to upgrade from the PS4 to the PS5 version, which is not bad. I started playing Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, and boy, is that game fun. If you like the Arkham games, this is the Arkham games basically in Lego form. The combat's the same. You got to get the Riddler trophies. You got to get all these collectibles. It's very much an Arkham game, just in Lego form. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And my platinum was in.
So wait, is that? Hold on, I'm sorry to step on your platinum trophy announcement there, Tricky. But is it specifically the Arkham games that they Lego-fy for this?
No,
or is it like the earlier Batman games? Like you had Lego Batman on the PS3, which
no, this is going through the better. This is going through all the movies. So far, I've gone through Batman Begins, I've gone through Batman 89, and now I am going through Batman and Robin.
So wait, how many games or how many movies are in this?
I think 9.
Because you got Batman Forever, you got Batman Returns. Hopefully, Batman Returns is in there.
Okay. Well, there's 5 chapters, and I'm on chapter 3. So
does that mean there's only 5 movies?
I'm assuming so.
Well, then how can you call it the complete?
Well, who's calling it the complete?
Isn't that what it's called? What's the title of the game?
Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Well, I don't know if you can call it Legacy of Dark Knight if you don't have Batman Returns in there, but all right.
I'll let you know when I get there. Batman
You're only
Returns.
playing Batman and Robin, and they have to include are they including the Christian Bale movies?
Well, they
Believe
did.
So
I did Batman Begins, so yes. Batman Returns was which one?
The one with Danny DeVito as the Penguin and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
I went through that already.
So how many movies per chapter are there? I guess that's what I'm asking.
I thought it was just one, but obviously I'm wrong because I did Batman 89. I did picked up Penguin and Catwoman, and now I'm going through the origin story of Robin. So I thought that was Batman and Robin, right? Yeah.
Is that? But don't you get like Batman Forever with Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones? Don't you get some of his backstory there? Because that's where you see that his family dies in the circus.
No, I haven't done any of that yet. Right now, my villain that I'm going after, I'm assuming, because I haven't confirmed it yet, but it's pretty much Poison Ivy and Two-Face.
I'm confused how they split this up, but all right.
I
Glad you're having fun with it.
Yeah, it's really fun. And the game that I got the platinum in was in Assassin's Creed Liberation. Good game. Definitely shows its age. There's some things I don't like about it in the fact of, there's no races to win, but the parkour, you can see like it's definitely improved over the years.
Wait, are you sad there were no races?
No, I'm actually glad there was no races because of the parkour. Because
why would there be races in a game about like stealth and sneaking around?
I guess races is the wrong term. I see.
Chasing collectibles.
Yeah, like the chasing down the flag, the pages and stuff like that. It was just always annoying because that was on a timer. It just if you didn't get it fast enough, it flew away and you had to wait for it to come back. There was none of that in Liberation, which was good. Yeah, I had fun with it. Glad I got the platinum in it. It's definitely worth some points if you're in a rarity contest, if you guys want to go through it. I'm trying to get through Lego Batman right now because I want to get back up and finish Assassin's Creed 3, which I have not played this week. Mostly because the Encyclopedia of the Common Man is just annoying the hell out of me. It's just random when you have to get those, scan them, and there's no set schedule to where they do. So you have to like fast travel in and out, and hopefully they come out of their house and do the action that you want them to do. So it's just annoying. The rest of Assassin's Creed 3 is just doing minor collectibles other than that encyclopedia. So, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. But Legacy of the Dark Knight is where I'm playing right now. Started streaming that. I will get back to Darksiders, but I just ran into a time issue, and then Lego Batman came out, and I didn't even realize Lego Batman came out until Sid sent me a message saying, "Hey, do you mind if I download Lego Batman?" I'm like, "That's why you have my account, dude. Go play, have fun." So that's how I know he's playing, and I also reached out to him today to ask him how far he got in the game because I noticed he doesn't have any Batman trophies on his profile, so I suspect he's under a different name. Other than that, Matt, I'm turning the show over to you, sir, for our topics.
Brunelli, take over temporarily in effect, folks.
Yeah, don't
All right.
don't say that too loud. You might set off some triggers.
Yeah, well, it's not like I don't advertise it often enough. All right. So first article coming here from Kotaku. You remember Gothic?
No.
Me neither.
Well, I remember the story coming up, but
Yeah. So the story is, if you're a fan of the 2001 Gothic game, evidently it's being remade, and there's a Twitter account called Does It Play? And what they do is they monitor physical game releases to determine whether games can be played without any extra hoops or other things. Well, they got a copy early and found out that it requires a day one patch, meaning that regardless of when you buy the game, if you're not connected to the internet and you put it in your computer, it does not play. You have to download a day one patch. And this was confirmed by the developers, who put out a tweet and said, for us, the most important thing is that people can play on launch date and time. To achieve that, we sent out early copies. The Gothic 1 remake will need a download of around 5 gigabytes on launch day and will then be fully playable. No permanent internet connection is needed. So important. As long as you have an internet connection on that day you intend to play the game for the first time on your system, you download the patch and then that's it. But I put this in our chat from a physical superiority perspective of, well, okay, that's great. But down the line, if somebody picks up the game, secondhand and goes to put it in their console and the servers are offline, or you don't have access to the internet or whatnot, it effectively makes it a dead game. And this is the thing I've been preaching all along, is that physical discs don't necessarily mean that you always will have access to the game. So I just put it out there. I know none of us are interested in it, but again, this is a cautionary tale of saying, well, physical doesn't mean always having access.
Well,
Gents, what do you think?
I mean, most games now require a day one patch as it is anyway, because after game goes gold, they do a whole bunch more Q&A and they find a whole bunch of bugs before the game's actually in people's hands, and this happens all the damn time. So, yes, this is bringing to light the fact that, you're not going to be able to play the game, but this is pretty much standard now where day one patches are coming out.
Yes, but a lot of times day one patches don't render a game unplayable.
That is
It just means you have to update it.
That is very true. That's all I got to say about it.
So I'm not opposed to day one patches. I mean, it's just the norm that we live in. But if you have to have a day one patch to even play the game, then shouldn't you delay the launch of your game so that way you don't basically buy a borked game?
I think maybe this may be a way for them, in part, to fight people breaking street date. I'm sure that we've all had stories, or maybe even ourselves, go back in the PS3 days or whatever, and you would have a GameStop employee or someone at Walmart or whatever sell you a game before release date because they had it. But this could be a way. Obviously it's an exercise of control over the IP, but it could be a way to say, hey, we're going to release this patch on the same day, so even if you get a hold of it a week early, you still can't play it.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say there, Alex, yeah, I get it, not wanting people to break street date. This isn't Halo 3. This isn't God of War Ragnarok.
You're right, motherfucker. This is Gothic.
Yeah, this is not the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake that
Whoa, did you just confirm it, Matt? Did you just confirm it?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
You can't do that to me, Matt. You can't do that to me.
This is Gothic. People aren't freaking coming out here being like, oh, I gotta get on Gothic. I gotta play it.
Coming out of the woodwork. I gotta play it first.
So yeah, I don't know what to make of this. This is ridiculous.
Was this sent out as a review copy, or their store just sent it out early?
No, it was sent out as early copies. They wanted people to be able to get them as early as possible. So they sent out copies early for people to play on launch day, evidently.
This seems like a major oversight.
No, it's not. It's very intentional. They said they wanted people to have it by release day, so they weren't waiting on release day to play it. It's just they don't want people to play it before a specific day.
Right, but the release date's not for another week and a half.
June 5th, yeah.
Well, hey, how much can you rely on the mail these days?
The mail's slow, but it ain't that slow.
I'm hearing, people said with the Star Fox being released on physical for $10 more, or you could pre-order it on Amazon for the digital price. People are saying you buy Amazon, you pre-order Amazon, you may not be getting it launch day anymore. Evidently, they've been swinging and missing on launch day deliveries.
They have been. I can confirm that on a few games that I bought from them last year or so.
Well, good. I was gonna say not. I was gonna say not. Like I'm not defending Amazon here, but now Amazon's doing third-party delivery. They can't really promise that anymore.
Yeah. There's Dex in chat saying Alex, Matt, Yield, and Guest.
Yeah, fuck you, Dex. see if I help you in Division anymore.
Well, I thought you and Dex were back on good terms. You were speaking very highly of Dex last week.
I was, and then he wants to play this bullshit of me being a guest on my own show. So he can take his own.
Michael Miller's trophy horse.
What's with the government name?
Government names.
What's with the government name?
Government names.
That's how you know. That's how you know someone's peevish tricky is when they pull out the Michael Miller.
So why are you peeved at me?
I don't know.
What'd I do to
You're
you?
mad at Dex. That's why I'm peeved at you. You're dissing Dex, and I'm not cool with that.
Well, he can take his Australian ass and go fight a kangaroo for all I care.
Well, that kangaroo actually will fight.
I'm sure he has.
In Australia.
I'm sure Dex won. I'm sure Dex beat that kangaroo. Stay away from the duck.
All right. Next story. Alex, Dex says thank you. You're the man. Next story.
Got to defend Dex's honor since Dex isn't here.
Dex is in the chat. He said no way.
It's not the same.
He said no way a kangaroo would kick his. He said no way a kangaroo would kick his old ass.
He says no way kangaroo would kick my old ass. I'm assuming he means that the kangaroo would kick his old ass.
That's what. That's the way I meant to say it. If I said it wrong.
You said it wrong. That's
you said it backwards.
We forgive you. All right. Next article, unfortunately, coming from IGN. Sony quietly increased the price of PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium subscriptions too. You remember our story either last week or the week before, basically saying how Sony is updating their prices for the 1 month and 3 month subscription on PlayStation Plus. Well, that also carries with it increases for Extra and Premium. So I don't know. We obviously can't say this is a discount reduction because they haven't talked about the annual subscription. So maybe this is them putting that reduction back in place. Tricky, your thoughts?
I'm not going down this rabbit hole with you guys because you guys are just going to mock me again.
Yeah, because you deserve to be mocked for saying stupid things.
It's not a stupid thing.
It's a very pro-corporate, I work for Sony thing to say.
No, it was...
It's not a price bump, it's a discount reduction.
Exactly what it was. Anyway...
Holst himself put money in your pockets for that.
Anyway, yes, this sucks, but I just thought this was the case when they announced their price increases. I thought everything was going up. I guess I misread it wrong when we first reported it. Yeah, this sucks. I mean, premium went up, $5 extra went up. I can't do math. $4 for 3 months. Yeah.
Don't ask me to do math.
I'm sitting here trying to do the math and talk to Dex at the same time because Dex is mad at me.
Well, he has good reason to be mad. While you figure out how to deal with Dex, Alex, anything else?
High
this is them-
quality games.
Yeah, I think this is very clearly them trying to push people towards the annual subscriptions. Because as we talked about, the annual subscriptions as of right now have not been touched. They're the same price. So this is them saying, hey, if you're trying to, play all the games on PlayStation Plus Premium that you want to play in a month or 3 months, well, you're going to pay more for it. So I think it's just them trying to get that lock people in for a year.
How much is it a year now for premium?
Is it still 160?
Is it 160? Hold on.
I'm of course talking American Bezos bucks.
It is 160. So you get you pay $5 more if you pay for the year over the 3 months, just doing it every 3 months. No.
So wait, you still pay more?
No.
for an annual subscription?
No. I'm stupid. Never mind. I'm thinking.
Oh my god, did you fuck this up again?
I for some reason I did. I was equating 3 months into 4 months. No, you actually save yourself $45 if you do the year over, paying for every 3 months.
You heard it, folks. Price reduction put back in place.
I don't have to worry about it for another 12 years, so I don't care.
I don't understand why you would have it so many years in advance.
Because
Like, you have no idea what they're going to do with PlayStation Plus, and you're like, sure, I'll just invest all this money into this system for 12 more years.
because
away with it.
because even if they canceled PlayStation Plus tomorrow, I did not pay anything extra for what I've used. From now until the end of my subscription, I have PlayStation Plus for free.
One day they're going to come in and say, we're increasing the price. And if you have prepaid, we're going to charge your payment on file to make up the difference.
I don't have a payment on file.
Well, then they're going to disable your account.
Why would you put that juju out there?
Because it's Sony with a capital dollar sign.
No. Why would you put that juju out there? Why are you trying to? You're my only person that can remotely be on my side, because Alex and Yield are never going to be on my side on any argument
First of all,
whatsoever.
Matt is never on your side.
Oh, I know there are times that I am on Tricky's side. It's just my thought process about these subscription services has flipped over the last couple of years.
What were you saying, Yield?
Welcome to the dark side. Which cookie would you like?
Yield, what were you saying about being on my side?
I said that's not true.
Yield.
There have been occasions. Okay.
Everybody agrees with you at some point, Trekkie. It just depends on. It may not be that often.
Yes.
I could say the sky
Okay.
is blue, and you will argue and say the sky is green.
Well, technically, I don't think the sky is blue, but
Yeah. No. Technically, it's not. Like blue because of the sun coming in here and bouncing off the ozone.
bad example, Trekkie.
No, that's exactly my point. You guys have to correct me. The sky is blue. We don't have to get all technical.
Well, Trekkie, I think we could both agree that mustard is yellow, right?
Depends on what mustard.
I'll say, isn't there
Good old
different kinds of
American
mustard?
Heinz mustard.
Yes,
It's yellow, right?
That's yellow.
There we go. See,
Yes,
we agree.
That's yellow. See, we all agree.
But I still disagree with how poorly you treat Dex.
Listen, I treat Dex the way Dex treats me. Okay? If I could give you guys a glimpse into our chat today, or was it yesterday? I can't remember. You would know, like, how depraved that man is.
Well, Tricky, if we're looking for a glimpse into the future, there's a state of play on June 2nd.
Thank you, Alex.
No
Moving on to the next
way.
article. Coming in from PlayStation Blog on June 2nd at, what the hell's the times? 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. CEST, which I assume is for you folks over in Europe. June 3rd at 6 a.m. in Japan on YouTube and Twitch. It's going to be 60 minutes of games, which they
E3.
yeah, well, it's that time of year. It's Summer's Games Fest. This is one of the many shows that are going to be occurring over this next 2 weeks. And they are going to kick things off with a closer look at Marvel's Wolverine.
Yes.
I mean,
Maybe
hell,
we finally get some gameplay.
Well, we kind of saw gameplay during the last actual thing. You know what to expect.
And being that the game's coming out in September, I would assume that we are going to get gameplay.
But while I'm glad we're getting a deeper dive, I hope they don't monopolize the state of play for just that game.
No, I
And
think
I
then,
don't.
and then rush through the other ones.
we're gonna get a state of play just for Wolverine. I think this is gonna be an announcement of showing some gameplay, and then I think we're actually gonna get a actual Wolverine state of play.
Now, I'll be okay with that as long, like I said, as long as you don't monopolize the state of play for Wolverine. Because if you give me like a really good extended show, and then we're gonna do an extended play for Wolverine only, then I will totally skip that one, just so I don't have any more spoilers, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I get what you're saying, but
Not
I don't think
spoilers. But I just don't want
you don't want to know anything about the
overhyped.
game.
Yes, like just I'm already intrigued. I'll bait the hook, and then that's it until I buy it. If you overhype me, then I'll just wait.
Okay.
I think that if we go into the state of play and Wolverine is the first thing they show, then Sony will have a first party surprise at the end of the show. Maybe just a logo or something, but they'll have some kind of announcement. If Wolverine finishes the show, then I think that they'll focus on Wolverine for a good 10 to 20 minutes, and we won't get a second state of play dedicated to Wolverine. Sorry, Yield, what'd you say?
I said Sly 4?
Yeah, that's not happening.
You mean Sly 5?
Not anytime soon. Well, Sly 5, yeah, because Sly Cooper
Sly
season
5,
was Sly
sorry.
4. No, I mean, who knows? Maybe Insomniac will have something to show off.
I think I'm just gonna make a prediction here. I think we're gonna get confirmation of the infamous remakes.
He's gone too.
What was that?
I have heard chit-chat that Sony Bend has been given a green light. Just say it.
I heard that too. I will tell you, I reached out to a contact I have within Sony. They were not able to confirm nor deny it.
It's not a no.
Well, Sony Bend
Yes,
has to
either.
be doing something.
Well, they were working on a live action game.
We're working on the Uncharted multiplayer.
Yes.
The Last of Us multiplayer.
Yeah, they were working on their own live action. Then that got canceled. Then they started working on the Last of Us multiplayer. That got canceled. And the rumor is that they are working on Days Gone 2. But like I said, I haven't been able to confirm or deny it. So, do you guys want to make any predictions for this? Anything you think we'll see, not see?
No, I want my. I won't say this wrong, so I hope everybody understands what I'm saying. But I want my E3-ish stuff. I want you to hit on what's coming out this year and show me what you've got in the pipeline, either late this year or next year, maybe a bombshell for down the road. But that's what I want. I don't want to hear anything about Lego Batman. I don't want to hear anything about First Light unless it's in like a little montage that you're showing. Those games are already out. We don't need to waste this time with games that have already released. It should be about what's coming. Just my opinion.
Alex, you have anything? I'm sorry. Okay, Matt.
No, I can't think of anything. I honestly don't know what's on their dockets. I have no clue, except maybe they're going to have a bunch of third-party stuff.
Wow.
Did you guys see Crazy Taxi might be coming back?
They have been teasing on their Twitter account, yeah.
Okay.
As someone who owned Crazy Taxi on Dreamcast, everyone wants Crazy Taxi back until they play for an hour and realize they didn't need Crazy Taxi back.
I've never understood why that game was so popular. That game is annoying to me.
I've never played it. I've just thrown that out there that I saw something.
The gameplay is very shallow.
Very, very shallow.
And the soundtrack rules.
But can they even get the soundtrack again?
The Offspring are still an entity. I'm sure they could do something.
But will they be willing to pay for the soundtrack? That's the thing.
I don't think Offspring is hurting for money. I don't think they're too worried.
But it wasn't only Offspring in there, was it?
That's all that matters. It's the only song that I heard every time I started the game.
That
yeah.
That and the Pizza Hut. which Pizza Hut's apparently the old style are coming back, so I'm happy about that.
I've seen stuff about that. That'd be awesome.
Matt, I'll make one more prediction. I think we get a trailer, not a trailer. I think we get a logo for Spider-Man 3.
I think you're drinking a lot of opium there, buddy.
I think because we're finally gonna a full reveal of Wolverine, I think they're gonna pop out and say, "Oh, by the way, this is also coming," and we're just gonna get a logo of Spider-Man 3.
I think everybody knows where Spider-Man 3 is coming. If they make a logo and be like, "Yep, we're making it," okay, good. I'll wait another 4 years for it.
Well, we didn't wait 4 years.
I would rather, if you're going to drop a bombshell, I'd rather drop a bombshell of something that we know we're not going to get. Like, we don't know we're getting Days Gone 2. We don't know we're getting, my personal faith, a Siphon Filter remake. But, Matt's right. We're going to get Spider-Man 3 eventually. So dropping that, yeah, people will go gaga over it. But for me, I'll just be like, okay, we know it's coming.
Well, it's either that or I think we'd get a God of War type thing. I think they got to. I think we're gonna get one announcement of, even if it's something we know is in the pipeline. I think we're gonna get an announcement of a game that is highly anticipated for the next. Excuse me, the next one. I keep burping. I'm sorry. So,
all right. Moving on. Nintendo is not the only one being sued over the generated funds from the tariffs that were recently reversed in some way, shape, or form. So basically, Walker et al. Versus Sony Interactive players are now suing Sony to hopefully get some of the refunds from the tariffs that caused a lot of stress and aggravation as to paying more for something that you would normally expect, because to import something, the entity importing it would have to pay the tax on it. And of course, that's never just something that companies are going to eat. So they will pass it on to the consumers. So Sony got sued. Nintendo's getting sued. I don't know. I don't even know how these would get refunded to people. I think you would have to prove your damages, though. With class actions, I know it's a little bit more ubiquitous that maybe you don't have to prove, that you just accept whatever the
here's your $5
decision is. Yeah, it's basically what it is. Shit, we had our fucking social security numbers hacked, and Experian was like, "Yeah, here's your $374. Spend it wisely."
And we gave you a couple extra months of PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. Here's an extra 2 days of PlayStation Plus. Oh my goodness.
Today I got a class action thing in the mail and I just threw it away. Ripped it up and threw it away. So, I mean, if you purchase games digitally, during this time period, it'd be very, very easy for you to prove what you bought, because
you're
it'd
not
be on your account in your library.
But you're not paying extra for games. This is for the consoles.
Oh, okay.
I bought my console 6 years ago. How dare they? I want my class action money.
Well, it does say that in order to qualify, you've had to have bought your system after August 1st of 2025.
Oh, darn.
So
quick, let's go buy one and then get refunded.
Listen, to anybody that doesn't know, I'll explain this just a little bit. With the courts deeming that the tariffs are illegal, all these companies, not just PlayStation, not just video games, all these companies that were charging these extra tariffs, they're all getting refunded this money by the government. This lawsuit's basically saying, you've already recouped your money through the refund, but you're still keeping our money that you charge us, so you're double dipping. That's what this lawsuit's about. So, I don't know. Like Matt said, I don't know how you would go about divvying up the money, because you're not going to get back the extra money you paid for the console. So, this to me, this is stupid. This is just some lawyer trying to make money, and that's all it is.
Yep, that's all I can add to it. Anybody else before we move on? Okay, moving on. Speaking of money, Ubisoft just recorded a 1.3 billion euro, $1.4 million loss. However, Tencent's 1.16 billion injection provides cushion. How the fuck is Ubisoft still a thing after losing 1.3 billion in market value? What? How is Eve's head not rolling? Anybody?
I can't tell you.
And he's the new guy, right?
Yves, no. Yves been around for years.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they had a change. Maybe
No.
I'm thinking of somebody else.
No, they just
Yes, then-
they just
then that
outsourced.
should-
They just outsourced Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six. They're all being made outside of Ubisoft now.
They outsource or they sell the rights?
No, they outsourced them.
Outsourced. Okay. So yeah, head should roll. I mean, you lose 1.6 billion and you have no reason to be in charge anymore. But I want to kind of say, I guess the gamers have spoken because they've done some pretty shisty stuff to employees and stuff. So yeah.
So, kind of, and I'll read this from the article here, which was well, why the hell is this ad? From Ad Hoc News. Let me see here. Where's that? Quote: the root cause of the massive loss lies in accelerated write-downs totaling 1.4 billion euro, largely tied to canceled, delayed projects. 7 titles were scrapped entirely. 6 more were shelved, pushing research and development costs to in euros 1.855 billion for the year. Revenue fell 21%, well 22%, while net bookings declined 17.4%. So yeah, canceled and delayed projects will kill you.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 when?
Who knows?
That's funny, but that just hurts.
It's not funny though.
That trailer was so epic.
I'm laughing, but like, what
But
the
I'm
fuck?
crying at the same time.
And this, of course, has all been tied to, Ubisoft in response over, the past year has cut 1,200 jobs and they've closed studios as a way to try to save money. But Ubisoft as a company doesn't seem like they're in the greatest financial position. And I don't know how, after this, like, there's only so many people you can fire. There's only so many studios you can close before you're not a video game company anymore. And with, like, canceling and delaying projects or just shelving them entirely is just such a poor way to manage your portfolio. And especially if we look at Beyond Good and Evil, how much money have they spent on that? Unless they've got 2 people working on Beyond Good and Evil 2, how much money does that cost them? So if you're Ubisoft or you have any stock in Ubisoft, like, I don't know how you're not looking at the top brass there and saying, why are you still here? Because this company definitely seems like it's in some kind of spiral. Like, it seems like it's a complete mismanagement of the company's portfolio. Like, I don't care how many Assassin's Creeds, like, this is them doing their best to keep Assassin's Creed afloat. And with the division pulling more than its fair share of the weight at Ubisoft, like, they're still posting these numbers. How do you have any confidence in Ubisoft going forward? So I'm with Matt. I don't know how Yves Guillemot is still the head of Ubisoft.
Because he's the founder.
And to
You can still be voted, but I'm sure they have a board.
well,
They don't have a
they
board.
have to.
Well,
If they have a board of directors, they can vote. They can say you got to go.
according to Wikipedia right now, the Gamont family owns 14% of it, and Tencent owns 9.99%. So I don't know who owns
That's
the rest
way
of it.
less than majority. Also, didn't Pete Parsons found Bungie?
I have no idea. I can look it up.
Pretty sure he did.
Pete Parsons.
So while you're looking that up, despite the fact that, and again, this is just my opinion, the fact that they have made bad decisions and are basically ran horribly. So the Matt is right. The heads at the top need to roll. They do make games that people buy. Now their expectations for what they sell are way wrong, but they are making, games that sell. So they need different leadership, and not just at the top. It's throughout the organization.
Okay, so no, Bungie was not founded by
Right.
Pete Parsons. It was founded in 1991 by Alex Seropian and Jason Jones.
Yes.
But he was the CEO before he left, proving that you can be pretty high up and still be gone.
True. No, I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form a CEO can't be fired, but Yves Guillemot founded it with his brothers. They're not going to release it. I'm trying
And
to
if
see.
I'm one of his brothers, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm not even sure his brothers are still part of the company.
I would still be like, dude, get the fuck out of there. What are you doing? Even if I didn't work for the company, I was one of his brothers. I'd be getting on the phone. It's like, Yves, you're fucking up, man. Fuck are you doing? Get out. Just leave. I don't know. It's really sad because a lot of people have lost their jobs because over this. But at the same time, it's like it feels like a comeuppance for Ubisoft. The only unfortunate part is the people who've gotten the comeuppance are not the people at the top. It's the people who are just the developers and the artists and the people who make the games have been fired. But I'm sorry, Ubisoft sucks. They suck.
Still made the.
I don't want to play any of their game. I don't want to play any of their games. I don't care if they're coming out with a remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. There's nothing in their portfolio I give a shit about.
They still made the greatest game of all time outside of The Last of Us, and that's The Division.
I don't care. Yeah, and look how much the Division's doing for them. Division, like I said, Division's pulling it's more than its fair share of weight in that company. It seems to be the only fucking thing anyone's excited for.
Assassin's Creed, Just Dance.
I didn't misspeak. I said it seems to be the only thing anyone's excited for is the Division.
No, that you're excited for.
Oh, I'm not excited for shit.
Dex had a callback. Quadruple A games. That's what Skull and Bones was. Remember Skull and Bones?
I think Skull and Bones is still a thing, but it's just
Triple A.
It's
That
still
was-
it
I
is still
remember
a
that.
thing. It still is a thing.
I got my
Anyway,
Assassin's Creed Egypt. I don't need more Assassin's Creed. I'm done.
What if they come out with Origins Part 2? You gonna play that?
I think I'm fine. No, dude, I have not been impressed by any of the Assassin's Creed games I've played since then.
Okay. I'm just
Syndicate, Rogue, I just whatever, man. It's just like
I'm trolling you at this point, but okay.
no, man. Ubisoft's in a bad way, and I don't know what fixes that.
I don't think anything can fix it.
Yeah, just staggering buffoonery on their part.
You can get the deluxe edition of Skull and Bones for $40 right now.
That's still too much.
You can get the premium edition for $24.
That's still too much.
You could give it to him for free. It's still too much.
I got it for free.
Yeah, that's my time, man. I don't know what to tell you. I can't deal with that.
Dex says Division 3 will fix Ubisoft.
No, Division 3 will help Massive get their resumes ready to go work for another company.
I don't know. Division 2 is doing pretty damn good. They right now they're in their 10-year celebration and they are firing on all cylinders right now.
Tricky, no one's questioning whether Division's doing well. The parent company of Division and Massive is not doing well.
They'll have a massive fire sale of all of their IP.
I mean, you'll just
At this point, I've given up on Beyond Good and Evil because there's no way that game's coming out.
you'll just plat it
And you
a
can't-
Ubisoft game.
I did? Which one?
Star Wars.
Not recently. I haven't bought a Star Wars game.
Didn't
You
you?
means Outlaws back when it came out.
Yeah, didn't you?
Oh,
Did you just plat it?
out. No, I played through the DLC.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, same thing. Still give them money,
Yeah, but I didn't pay much for the DLC.
and that's why Ubisoft is failing.
Oh, stop it. That is not why they're failing. And you darn well know it.
Wow.
You know,
When you look at gamers, when you look at, why a company fails, you got to look at yield as the encyclopedia dictionary version of why, because he waits for everything to be on sale and then goes, oh, this was good. I wish I would have paid full price for it.
When have I ever said that?
When you say I'm going to wait until the game hits the bargain bin.
Yeah, because, you've only got so much expendable income, and when there's a lot to buy, you can't get it all day one, so something's got to be bargain bin.
Oh, I saw this before we started recording the show, so before we go further into this, apparently Rocket League is coming out with a major update. They're moving up to Unreal 6, and there's going to be a major patch where the game is going to upgrade itself, better controls, better visuals, better sound, everything.
basically confirming Rocket League 2 will never be a thing. Great.
Well, you said you didn't want Rocket League 2.
There doesn't need to be Rocket League 2. The game is still popular. Same game still runs tournaments, and they
So
can just
what-
switch
so-
the engine in an update.
So what was that comment about then?
What?
Pointing out that there's not going to be a Rocket League 2. You don't want a Rocket League 2. They're improving the game.
He's saying.
No, I'm
that
saying
they're
good. I'm glad.
confirming-
Oh.
Yeah, this.
I thought you were saying it as
You're
like a
gonna have
negative.
major graphical overhauls and control overhauls for this game in the background. You clearly never need, and I'm sure that Psyonix has realized that. So yeah, this once again is more evidence that we're not going to get a Rocket League 2, which is a good thing.
I'll
You know what
send.
else is a good thing, Matt?
Listener questions.
Listener questions.
Well, maybe.
Time to check my social media, yeah.
They're good when we get them. I did post the post, and
You did post the post.
Yeah.
No, none, nada.
But I
It's all
do
good.
want to
We
take.
must have answered
Bueller?
everybody's questions. So
Anyone?
I do want to take a moment because on Spotify, our latest episode had Goat and Agalock 97. Goat had a comment on some of our discussions last week and said, for their part, games have absolutely been the reason why he was on premium. Well, deluxe, because we don't even get streaming as an option.
AKA Alex was right.
Their sub is finally running out next month, and they'll be looking for a deal up to extra only. Deluxe can go kick rocks. And
AKA Alex was
Agalock
right.
says, I'm going to get off premium because it's a joke that most of the classic games don't have trophy support. They'd love to play Soul Calibur 3 and some of those Tekkens on there with trophies. Time Crisis, another one without them now. So, thank you for commenting and listening. I appreciate your being involved.
Thank you for agreeing with Alex.
All right, Tricky, shall we go on to this disaster of a topic of the week?
I mean, do we have to?
Yes, we do.
What's the topic of the week? So yes.
Toe. Topic of the week. Well, fine then. Fuck you, Matt.
Fuck me, Matt, indeed. But you know something? Fuck Bungie
Always
and Sony
fuck
even more.
Matt.
Always fuck Matt. So it's been no secret, at least on my end, how I felt about this $3.6 billion purchase of Bungie from Sony. Have they gotten their money back? Obviously, the last week or the week before we talked about it, and it doesn't seem to be the case. Sony posted a loss on it. So now Bungie came out and said, and this is going to be a slew of articles, so stick with me for a little bit, folks. Destiny 2, every end is a new beginning. So Destiny, and as we know it, is coming to an end, meaning Bungie is stopping their live service updates as of June 9th. They will release their final live service content update for Destiny 2 that began the new journey as a studio. That was a weird sentence to add in there. Weird. They're proud of Destiny 2, that the places it took them, the legacy it created. I wonder about that legacy. And they talk about some of the things that happened, that it's called the Moment of Triumph, will be available to all players. They're inviting all Guardians to take place in the celebration. Each year since launch, Moments of Triumph celebrated highlights in the Destiny 2's most recent chapter. This time, the Moment of Triumph update will that celebration, bringing together experiences from across Destiny 2. So the one thing, I don't know, Tricky, I'm not sure if you read the article or not, but I'm trying to figure out if they're bringing back the stuff they vaulted, because that was always the big thing. Oh, okay, yeah. All raid and dungeon weapons and armor have been revisited to bring them to modern standard. That isn't talking what it should be. They've revisited weapons. They've added. They're basically adding a whole bunch of new stuff to the game. But that's not all. The fact is, the real kicker here is devs didn't know about Destiny 2 ending until it was announced.
Do you really believe that?
It says, coming from thegamepost.com, a new report claims almost all, quote, of Bungie did not know Destiny 2 was ending active development until the announcement went public. That they said that the question came up on X after a fan tagged Bungie principal communications manager Dylan DMGO4 Gaffner and asked how early the news had been communicated internally. The fan said they understood there may have been business reasons to keep things quiet, but they were curious how long people at Bungie had known before the public announcement. Paul Tassi of Forbes responded to that discussion with a pretty direct claim. According to Tassi, most of Bungie was not aware of the decision before it was announced publicly yesterday. Paul Tassi being the counterpart to Jason Schreier, who Tricky hates, just putting it out there. So then it goes on to say, now Jason Schreier has an article saying that Bungie plans layoffs after ending Destiny 2 development. What's more is to say that you figure out, well, what's next? And Bungie has already said Destiny 3 is not in active development. And finally, the fans have taken to change.org to petition to Sony to develop Destiny 3. What does all this mean? Things at Bungie be fucked, yo. Because now I'm looking, Marathon currently has 9,900 players on Steam. How many does Destiny 2 have? 17,289. How many does Arc Raiders have? 76,000. Like, is Bungie expecting people to just go over to Marathon in the meantime? Or do they just expect them to keep playing Destiny 2 and give them money? Because that's what I'm assuming.
Give them money.
It has been bullshit, the prices that were on the real money store in Destiny 2, and I think they're just expecting people to continue pumping money into a game that's not going to give anything else.
Maybe if they're all those items they vaulted, they're hoping that people will invest in those, since this is the last chance they can get them.
Destiny 2 is free to play, right?
It is now, yeah. Free to play, quotes.
Free. If you have PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, you're not gonna be playing with other people unless you have PlayStation Plus, and then I've read
unless you're on
saying
PC, and then you're playing for you're not having to pay to play online.
I'm not gonna say that PC is superior in that method, but I am. If you're playing on PlayStation, and I've read articles saying that the new player journey is horrible because they had locked away stuff that was part of that journey. So I don't know. I advise everybody to go read the article on Bungie.net. Read it for yourselves as to what is out there, what's coming. But I don't know where Bungie's going from here.
It sounds like they're going to the sell bin.
Price not to sell?
Yeah. For sale. Bungie. Take offer.
I got nothing to say about this. I don't even know what to say about this anymore.
I think
quality games.
High quality games. I think PlayStation Sony got had.
I I kind of felt that. I mean, I said that like last week or the week before, whenever. I was like, it feels like they bought Bungie to get the live service games going for their expertise in that. But I've always felt like Sony buying them was a mistake because of how many places Bungie's been. If Bungie was successful in any way, shape, or form, Microsoft would have held on to them. Activision would have held on to them. They would have been.
I will point out they were successful under Microsoft.
Because they were doing Halo.
Yes, that's why they were successful. That's why they.
But when
they made their money with Halo and said, you know what, we want out.
Right, and I think if they kept making Halo, they would have been fine. But when they went to making Destiny, that's where they were like, this is not, both Destiny games were successful. I think I pointed this out. Both of them were not as successful at the start, but they found their audience and whatnot. The same way No Man's Sky did, the same way other games have. But
you can't compare No Man's Sky though.
Why not?
No Man's Sky, because they've given every single thing away for free.
No Man's Sky?
Yeah.
Well, and also you're comparing Hello Games to Bungie.
No,
you're comparing a game studio that's not even a fraction of the size of Bungie probably is.
Well, no. What I'm pointing out is the fact that games have launched and not been
well received.
Right, and then because they worked on it, those games have become successful. That's why I'm bringing up No Man's Sky. But
No Man's Sky again doesn't charge. Yeah, No Man's Sky hasn't charged a nickel or a dime for all the free stuff that they've given away in the game.
They haven't sold any DLC?
No.
Everything's been free.
Every season, every update, every bit and piece they've put out there, and people say, how are they still doing this? To your point, Yield, they're not Bungie, so therefore they don't have the massive influx. But still got to pay their people somehow.
Well, how much is No Man's Sky on the PlayStation right now?
I'm sure it's relatively inexpensive because it's been out for a very, very long time.
$60 still.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I was expecting at least 30.
It's worth it at this point.
I mean, now it is. Yeah, absolutely.
60 was their launch price.
Yeah, and I bought it day one, and I had some fun with it, but I gave up soon. And then now after now it's like, okay, if I feel like having some fun, I just jump into it for a while. I do a session. I do one of their I don't know, seasons. I don't want to call it a season, but it is what it is. And there's a lot to it. But for this purpose, like Bungie they're putting out DLC that you have to pay for. That's $30. And then they still charge for all of the individual pieces of gear and things that, they say, or cosmetics, yes. But Jesus Christ, again, it's not microtransactions, it's macro.
I mean, I'm looking at Marathon right now. Right now, Marathon has 12,000 ratings and is rated 4.48. No Man's Sky has 116,000 ratings and it's rated 4.02. So people that are playing Marathon, they're rating it well.
Well, that's never been a question. That's been from the start. Is people who played Marathon enjoyed it. The problem is getting people to play Marathon.
Well, yeah, I really don't even have a response for that.
Well, and
he's not wrong. I haven't been excited for a Bungie game since Halo 3.
And even on launch day on PC, there was only like 88,000 I think. It was under 100,000 people playing on PC. Now, you would figure the PlayStation numbers would push it over 100K, but that game has never gained the popularity that's needed. I don't care if you have 5 people that are all rated 100% as a game. If you only have 5 people playing your game, and yes, it has more than 5 people playing your game, but if you only have 9,900, you have 9,000, almost 10,000 people playing your game that's relatively new, that is supposed to be your game to bridge you from Destiny 2 to whatever you're doing next, and that's all you got playing now, Bungie seems like they're screwed. Because you can't just fart out another game in the meantime to make up for money that you're not making on Marathon.
Does anybody here think that Bungie was pushed into making Marathon rather than continuing on with Destiny? Do you think this was a Sony decision, or do you think this was a Bungie decision?
No, I think Bungie needed to come up with something else, which Marathon was a thing.
Honestly, given the fact that we can't get a new Twisted Metal or a new Sly Cooper, I think Sony would, if Sony were going to push them to make anything, Destiny 3 would have been it and not Marathon.
Dex, I see your comment. Sony's answer to Arc Raiders. I think I can't say that. Marathon was announced a long time ago. I think even before the development of Arc Raiders had started.
Yeah, I don't remember the timeline.
But I mean, the situation with Bungie just gets worse and worse.
So you think Bungie's next studio to be closed, or you think they'll?
Oh, I'm not saying that.
No,
But
I'm asking. Do you think it? Do you think the Bungie's next studio to be closed?
If I were working in Sony, and I were looking at what we bought Bungie for and what they're bringing to the table, would I discuss it? Yes. Am I saying they're the next studio to be closed? I don't know about that. I'm not guaranteeing that, but I think at this point, if you're Sony, you have to look at Bungie as just an anchor around your neck. They're not doing much for you.
I think
the peak years of Destiny 2, yes, you bought Bungie while Destiny 2 was still a thing, but the peak years of Destiny 2 were not with Sony.
Dex says closed. No, but I do think Sony will cut them off. I think, going back to my previous statement, I think the studio is going to be shuttered, but they're going to keep the employees and move them out to other studios. Sony,
I don't know. Didn't they keep their I can't think of the word, but
non-exclusivity.
No. What Bungie's done with everything that they've sold, like Sony owns them, but aren't Bungie still like their own company?
Well, that's the whole thing with Bungie, and I've said this on the show too. It's like it's so confusing about the Sony Bungie relationship because Sony owns Bungie, but they're not a PlayStation studio.
So that's why I say they're going to get sold.
Well, I think that you can look at that situation and be like, oh, they're their own thing. But as soon as Pete Parsons left, I think that once your CEO leaves, I think that shows that Sony has more influence than you might think.
And and I'm not disagreeing with you, but that's also assuming that Parsons was forced out rather than just left on his own.
Well, they certainly weren't in a great spot. It wasn't all sunshine and roses for Destiny or for Bungie in general. I mean, there's been a lot of turmoil and a lot of issues with that company, and it all, like I said, if there's smoke, and all of a sudden in the middle of that smoke, the Pete Parsons leaves, that tells you something. You know, he didn't go out on top. The company was very much having issues. So we're not going to get a firm answer on that, but you can read into it.
All right, according to Wikipedia, it says on January 31st, 2022, Sony Interactive Entertainment announced its intent to acquire Bungie for $3.6 billion. While Bungie would become part of the PlayStation family of studios, it would remain independent under Sony in development and publishing and would not be part of PlayStation Studios. See, this is so weird.
Well, I'm still looking at this going, if they're also going to be laying off employees after, like where does that leave the studio? They still need people that are going to be running the servers and you know, obviously the game's going to break every now and then. But then you look at good, Alex.
Well, I was saying, like, it's not uncommon for companies to let people go after a project is done. The question is how many people are leaving.
Yeah, but then what if Destiny 3 is not their next thing, then we know that that's a ways off if they ever even get to Destiny 3. And to that point, what are the people they're letting go, depending on the areas of the game or areas of the dev, that can mean a lot of talent that would be there for Destiny 3 later down the line. Or are they hoping that, it's a fresh start and they'll figure out how to train newbies on it?
Wow, Destiny 2 apparently came out in 2017. I didn't realize it was that far back. They came out with Destiny in 14. They came out with Destiny 2 in 17. And it was 9 years later when they came out with Marathon. So the people complain that Destiny 2 is out of development. I get it, but it's also been 9 years. Come on.
And look how many people are playing on Steam right now on Destiny 2. Under 20K, or when Matt read those numbers. So legitimately, the game at some point is just going to decrease until there's nothing left. You have to move on.
At least it's more than Concord. I was supposed to say that about Marathon. Anyways, I think it'll be interesting and it'll be telling over the next few months what goes down. But I don't bring this to continue shitting on Bungie, but it just seems like they keep shitting on themselves.
Well, I mean, they may be trying to fix things. It's just there's no way to turn this around overnight. This is all like a boulder rolling downhill that started a while ago.
Dex says Concord was better. Rest in peace.
I know things are a little weird down under Dex, so I'll forgive you for your oversight.
All right, let's wrap up the show. Let's do some shout outs. Yield, do your shout outs, sir.
Shout out to Matt, Tricky, and Alex for recording this evening. Shout out to the Brain 76, Homer Gets Stuffed, Dire Scum, and Nitro for all the co-op gaming we've done this week. Shout out to everybody who was hanging out in the chat on the live feed. Shout out to all the pimps and the madams of the Whoredom. You are all awesome. Shout out to Gareth for his rarity update and his rarity competition. Shout out to all the veterans, for it being Memorial Day weekend. And shout out to the vacation, because that's what I'm on.
Alex, your shout out, sir.
Shout out to the listeners, the fans, the fuel to the fire, the Trophy Wars, our awesome community. Thank you all for your continued support as we push further and further down this road. Give a shout out to my co-host Yield, Matt, and Tricky, as well as give a shout out to my loving and awesome girlfriend Ashley. I love you, hun. That's going to do me for the week. Well, I'll let since I already shout out Ashley, I'll let somebody else handle the image, the czar of the images. But yeah, that'll be it for me.
Matt, your shout out, sir.
Yep. Shout out to Will. Thank you for your images and guiding us down the right title path. Shout out to you gents for recording. Shout out to the Channel 3 community. Go to channel3.gg to gamify your social media. It's a lot of fun. Shout out to if those who don't know, we are recording on Memorial Day weekend. So making sure to shout out to all those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for enjoying the freedoms that we do to get here and talk about games and shitting on companies like Bungie and Sony. Shout out to my wife V. Thank you for all that you do, Tricky.
Dex, no. I'm just gonna say no. I'm not even gonna say what Dex wrote. Go fight a kangaroo. But I will give you a shout out. Shout out to my co-host. Thank you for showing up to record. Shout out to everybody that listens to the show. Shout out to, I forget the names of the people that leave in the Spotify reviews. We will get better about catching them. Matt actually brought it to my attention, and now I have an app that I'm supposed to look at, and I keep forgetting to, so we will get better on catching those. Shout out to everybody checking out the YouTube videos of all my gameplay. Not only does Will do the thumbnails for each and every episode of Trophy Wars, but he's actually doing some overtime and giving me thumbnails for the YouTube videos, so I want to give him a special shout out for that. And if there's nothing else, until next week, happy trophy hunting.
See ya.
Later.
The theme song is Venus by the band Even off their album Z. Permission granted by the band and 12 Stone Records. You can find them on Facebook by going to www.facebook.com/evenphilippines